Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie. I am a home gardener here in Zone 8A in the area of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I wanted to do a quick video today on kind of sterilizing some soil. I made a mistake of leaving my open bag of, I got some organic compost and I seeded the first round of peppers a couple weeks ago, and I left the bag kind of open outside. And when I did all of my tomato seeds, I must have had some of the little, I don't know if you call them fungus gnats, but when I went in to check on the seedlings yesterday in our spare room, I noticed I had gnats everywhere. So I don't know, I have them, oh yeah, there's a bunch. I have them outside now. Let's see if I can get, it'll be kind of hard to see, but there's one crawling around right here. But I have several of them that have now made their home in these pots. So what I'm going to attempt to do is sterilize the rest of the compost that I have with some boiling water. And I think I'm gonna try to empty out all these pots and just carefully transplant the seedlings to pots with the sterilized compost. And the ones that haven't sprouted yet, I'll either try to find the seed. That's gonna be a lot of work, so I might just pour it all in the bucket, the ones that haven't sprouted, pour them all in the bucket as well, sterilize that soil, and then reseed the ones that haven't sprouted. So I've got a little bit of work ahead of me, but I'm gonna go get the boiling water and start with this compost that's in this bin, and we'll get to work on getting rid of these gnats. All right, so I've actually never done this before. I've never really had to. I've never had an issue with these gnats, but I heard a lot of people have success with it, and the boiling water is just going to kill off anything that's in here, those gnats, any eggs they've laid, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to pour some of this on top and then mix it in, and then we will go from there. I don't want to, be a little crooked. I don't want to make this too saturated, so I'm not going to pour all of it. But I want to pour enough that it's going to kill off anything in here that should not be. I'm gonna let that sit a couple minutes, and then I'm going to start working on repotting all the ones that have sprouted, which they're looking really good. The only thing I noticed was this leaf right here. I can't tell, it's been eaten for sure. This is a shishito pepper. That's another shishito, so it's definitely being munched on, and I don't want that to be the case. This one here has been munched on, so I need to definitely take care. There's a gnat right there, see? I need to definitely take care of this gnat problem before they eat down all of my seedlings. And I only have a couple of tomatoes that have sprouted so far. I've got a couple of sweet peas now. The eggplants haven't popped up yet that were late, these black beauty eggplants. But I need to take care of these gnats first. So let's get to work on repotting the ones that have sprouted, and then we'll figure out what I'm going to do with the ones that haven't. But let's get started. All right, so it's gonna take too long to transplant these into new cups. I did transplant 2 of them into the sterilized soil, but that's just gonna take too long. So I found another method to get rid of these fungus gnats. You can use a solution of hydrogen peroxide and water. So that's what I'm doing. Let's turn you around here. I have just been spraying the soil with this solution. It's supposed to kill the gnats on contact, as well as any eggs or larvae that may be in the soil. So that's what I'm gonna do. The soil is really damp. Now there's no water in the bottom of this tray, so I'm gonna sort of let the soil in these cups dry out a little bit. That's gonna help get rid of these gnats. They do like that wet soil, the moisture. So I'm gonna let this dry out a bit. This tray I'm going to empty. It does have some water in it. And I'm gonna let these kind of dry out. Now these are all the tomato seeds. And a few have popped up, but I still have many that haven't. So instead of trying to empty these and either find the seed or just plant new seeds, I'm gonna just let the soil dry out. I've sprayed this with hydrogen peroxide as well. Again, it's a solution. I think it's 4 parts water, 1 part hydrogen peroxide, and it's supposed to be safe for your plants. So I am just kind of spraying these. I will let this dry out a bit. The cups that I have filled with the sterilized soil, I will actually plant. I will start seeds that I have found and need to get started, more tomato, more pepper seeds. So I will just use this soil that I dumped the boiling water in to do that. I only have a couple more cups of these sizes, the 2-inch cups, so I will probably use these here. I kind of have to clean these out a bit. I have a bunch of these from started plants that I've bought last year. So these are nice for squash plants, cucumber, that kind of stuff. They're going to grow very fast and get rather large. So I will use these for those seeds. But we're just going to do that. We're going to use the hydrogen peroxide, and I'm not going to worry about kind of transferring these to the new cups with the sterilized soil. So let's take a look at the seeds that I have to sow again, or sow to start, because I found all of these. Look at all these packs of seeds that were hiding in a cabinet somehow. So I've got several here that I'm not going to plant, and we already planted some of these tomato seeds, so this is just, I must have ordered several packets of some types. But I have more of these French breakfast radish that I just placed an order for, and apparently I already had them. That's why you should keep your seeds in one location. But it's kind of fun to find a whole new bunch of seed packs. I have these sugar pie pumpkins. I'm not gonna try to do pumpkins this year, mainly because I don't have the space. But I will definitely want to do these for future use. Okay, one thing about sitting or using my phone as a camera is that I'm having a hard time getting a wider shot so you can see more than just seed packets on a table or just me, and have a hard time seeing everything else. So anyway, here we are, just sitting in my living room. we looked at the sugar pie pumpkins. I've got some more carrots. I sowed a lot of carrots last year, so I bought more. These are some purple carrots, really pretty. But I guess I placed an order for some fall crops that I must have just stuck all of these in a cabinet, and I've just found them. So got some red acre cabbage, got some kale. I've got scarlet kale and red Russian kale, which is a really pretty purple color as well. I've got some ruby queen beets. I actually have never really eaten beets, but thought I'd buy a seed packet to see if I liked them. I'll try to grow them maybe next year. But these were just a bunch of fall crops, except for the pumpkin and tomato, but a bunch of fall things that I'm not going to do. I had Black Beauty eggplant seeds, apparently, but I bought more, so there you go. This, I think, was actually, no, this wasn't a free seed pack, but I have some salmon zinnias. I may try these. I did grow some zinnias last year that were really pretty. So I may try these salmon ones, or I may save them for future plantings. I've got some Napa cabbage. This is a Brandywine yellow tomato. I don't think I'm going to plant this year. I liked the name. If you are Lord of the Rings fans at all, I just thought of the Brandywine when they mention it in the Fellowship of the Ring. So anyway, I bought this tomato. Dragon tongue bush beans. I may try this year. I will direct seed these. Any of my peas or beans, I'm going to direct seed when it's warm enough. But Jess from Roots and Refuge grows this all the time, and they're really pretty. Not sure if I'm going to do it this year, but we'll see. Bought a packet of those. I have some lilac bell peppers. These were just really pretty bell peppers. I don't think I'm going to do them this year. I'm going to stick with the lunchbox size peppers and the big Carmen sweet peppers, but these would be really pretty to grow. Nice lilac color. Now these ones I am going to plant these, and every time I go online they're out of these pumpkin spice jalapeno peppers, but I guess I ordered them a while back because I have a couple of packets of them, which made me really excited. These are just same taste as a jalapeno, they're just orange. So I will definitely plant some of these. I need to get those started. I've got some more sweet banana peppers. I think I've already started a couple seeds of those, so I don't need to worry about these, but glad to have more of those. This is just a salad bowl mix that they included with my seed order last time. So that I have done a couple salad mixes before. I have a coral bell pepper. Again, I'm not going to grow that this year like the lilac, but I like colored bell peppers, so there's that. I've got some Italian large leaf basil. I've already started some of that. These cucumbers, let's see, there's one. This is a muncher cucumber, and I have a Space Master 80 cucumber. Both of these are supposed to be very prolific, and I think one, let's see, one of them is a, oh, okay, the Space Master is a bush variety, so I'm definitely going to try this one. It's only supposed to get about 7 to 8 inches in, oh, the fruit's about 7 to 8 inches in length. But these say they are great in small pots or hanging baskets. That might be interesting to try. So I'm definitely going to do the Space Master, and I think I'm going to do the muncher as well. I really want to try to do pickles this year, so we will probably plant both of these, but not for another couple weeks, I believe. because they're gonna grow so fast and it's still too cold to direct seed them outside. I've got some chamomile. I think I'm gonna try that this year just for pretty flowers, and I might try to do make tea from it. So we'll do some chamomile. I've got some holy basil, which I will start probably pretty soon. I think I've put that in my planner, and I should be seeding these maybe this weekend, I think. I've got some Hill Country red okra. Now I have another type that I've planted, or that I've put in my planner, and I want to say it's a spineless okra. These I think are shorter and kind of squattier okra pods, but Jess from Roots and Refuge grows this all the time as well. I think it's one of her favorite types of okra, so we're gonna give that a shot. I've got some Tom Thumb dwarf peas. Now I went online this last order and they had sold out. I had it in my cart and I just didn't finish the purchase, and these sold out before I could check out. So when I found this packet, when I found all of these in the cabinet, I found this packet of dwarf peas. So I'm real excited. I'll probably try these in my green stock. That's what I had originally intended them for. So I'm gonna try to grow these. I only have one packet of them, so I'm not gonna plant all of the seeds, but I will try a few. And these are gonna be really good for stir fries, that kind of thing. So I'm real excited to try those. I will direct seed these when it gets warm enough, so. Let's see, and then the last things I have are beans. I've got a Calypso bush bean. These were just really pretty. They kind of look like, to me, they kind of look like an orca or a killer whale. They're really pretty black and white bean. I'm gonna try those. I'm gonna do some navy bush beans, and I'm gonna do some midnight black turtle beans. All of these I hope to be able to shell and either save seeds for the next year, or hopefully I can can them this year and try to have some canned black beans. And if I don't can them, I will just make sure, you know, they're dried out and I can store them for just dry beans. So that's the little seed haul that I didn't order this time. I didn't just get them in the mail, I just found them. So that was real exciting. I need to add these to my binder and my seed saving containers, but that's all I'm gonna add. I'll do the peppers probably in those sterilized pots, and I will do, oh, that's another one. I've got a Rio Grande, oops, I can't tell if you're looking at me or not. I've got a Grande Rio Verde Tomatillo. So I believe I need to start those as well. But I think I need to add them to my planner too. So never grown tomatillos. I'm gonna try them this year, try to make some salsa verde, and we can have, you know, green enchiladas, that kind of thing. But so anyway, that is what I found. I don't have seeds everywhere in my house, but I do have a couple of places where some packets will end up because I forget to put them away when I get them ordered. And like these were just stuck in a cabinet and I didn't know they were there. So we will start these few seeds of peppers, the jalapeno pumpkin spice peppers, and the tomatillos. I will start them in a couple of these pots. I will continue to watch for the gnats on this soil, and for the most part I actually don't see any crawling around really. I see a couple that I need to kill, but I think that hydrogen peroxide solution is going to work really well. So what I'm doing now is I brought out found all my seeds of the things that I have already started, all my peppers and all. And I've taken all the cups out of the tray because these gnats are just hiding, you know, on the sides of all these cups. So I took them all out, and I'm going to individually go through each one and spray it down again and just make sure there's nothing hiding on the sides before I put it back in this tray. Now there are a couple of peppers that haven't sprouted yet. I had some cayenne peppers that none of those have sprouted. A couple of my shishito peppers, some have sprouted, some have not. I've had two big gems sprout, but if you could see that leaf, it's been munched on. So I'm going to take the ones that haven't sprouted and just put a little bit of that sterilized soil on top, reseed it. Some with the same type. I'll do some more big gems. I'll do some of those little lunchbox orange peppers because they haven't sprouted. I don't think any of the lunchbox red ones have sprouted either. I'm trying to actually even find. Okay, so I have one lunchbox red, but the other one hasn't. The Carmen peppers, that one looks like it's been eaten off at the bottom, but the other one is doing fine. Oh, that leaf just got stuck to my nail and broke. Well, okay, so I will leave that leaf. I just broke that leaf off. Now it should still be okay, because you know I didn't break off the stem or anything, but I will watch that. I will seed more Carmen peppers just because this one hasn't even sprouted yet. I'm going to change a couple of them up just because, like my cayenne peppers, I'm rethinking it, and I don't think I'm going to try to do cayenne pepper this year. So I've changed it to a Marconi, a giant Marconi pepper. I'm going to do that one instead. My cat's playing with a piece of paper. But anyway, so one thing about gardening, I'm going to go ahead and get to work on this while I talk a little bit. But one thing about gardening is that it's always a learning curve. Every time I've seeded something or transplanted something, it has something hasn't gone 100% the way I wanted it to, which is fine. It's not a failure, it's just learning how to do something differently. So in the case of these, like fungus gnats, for example, I don't count it as a failure that I have them. I just, next time I will do my best to keep the bag sealed after I open it, and maybe keep it in the garage or a plastic container to just keep out any of those unwanted insects. And maybe even in the future I will boil water and pour it on all the soil that I use, especially for starting seeds, before I even start seeds. So I'm not worried about boiling water to pour over the compost and everything that I'm putting out in my beds, because I can't keep the bugs off of them anyway. But for starting seeds, you know, maybe in the future I will do that each time just to prevent me having to do all of this extra stuff. So it's a learning curve, but that doesn't mean you should give up gardening. It's, you know, you just learn how to do it better next time. So I am taking these Marconi seeds, and I'm just adding some more soil to the ones that have kind of gotten compacted down a little bit. Now, obviously the seed is still in here as far as I know from the cayenne peppers, but I don't, if they sprout, they sprout, and then I just have no, you know, it'll be hard to tell until there's peppers growing of which plant is in here. But at this point, it's been long enough, they've been on a heat mat, that I just think the seed isn't gonna sprout at all. So I'm just adding the new seeds. If two plants come up, then oh well. I don't see the point of trying to dig for the little seed that I put in to begin with. So, and once I go through all of these pots to make sure that, you know, any obvious gnats aren't on them, then I'm just going to put them back in this tray, and we will try again on making sure that these gnats aren't growing. I'll probably use this spray of hydrogen peroxide maybe this weekend. Today's Thursday, so I'm spraying them now, and then probably maybe Saturday I will take a look at them and see if there are any other gnats when I look at the greenhouse. So we'll just see. All right, guys, I have finished reseeding those peppers that hadn't sprouted yet. I went through each individual pot and tried to kill any of the gnats that I could find, and I have brought them back into my greenhouse. Ooh, a little close. I brought them back into the little greenhouse in our spare room to get warm again. I turned the heat mat on, and I've got a little fan kind of blowing on them, just to kind of help strengthen the stems. Now some are kind of looking a little wilty. I think they've just kind of been a little cold, and then of course I just sprayed them all with the hydrogen peroxide solution. So I'm not going to water them right now. I will probably wait till tomorrow afternoon. I will just leave this heat mat on to kind of warm them up again. But I think I have killed everything that I can see. And then hopefully that peroxide will kill what's in the soil. Some of these are looking a little wilty. I don't know if it's hard to see, but this leaf right here is looking a little curled. This shishito pepper in the back is looking a little rough. So I'll just have to keep an eye on these, and if I end up having to reseed peppers again, then I will do that. All of these here, these are just the ones that hadn't sprouted before, so I've just reseeded all of these. And then I've got some of the Marconi peppers in the back that I seeded as well. So I will do the same thing with the tomatoes. And I brought out my second heat mat that I will put that tray on as soon as I get the tomatoes done. I'm not going to reseed any of those right now. I'm just going to go through all the pots, empty the water, make sure that any gnats that I can see I kill off. And then hopefully the gnats will be gone by tomorrow. But I'm going to wrap this video up. Sorry it was kind of all over the place, but that's just how my brain worked today. And yeah, so anyway, thanks for joining me. Subscribe below and you won't miss any future videos. I'll definitely do an update on these gnats in the next couple of days probably. And I'll see if this peroxide solution worked. And if not, then we will go to another method of trying to get rid of these fungus gnats. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.